Hello and welcome to another video. I hope that you're all very well. One thing that bothers many learner drivers is, how do I know my steering wheel is straight? Well, it looks straight. Let me just start the engine and show you something. Okay, so the steering wheel looks straight. Now, strangely enough, that also looks straight. Now, there might be one or two of you saying, hey, my instructor said not to dry steer, and you've just dry steered. Let me just say one thing. Your instructor is 100% correct. You should always avoid dry steering. Even the DVSA recommends that you avoid dry steering. The reason for this is when you steer without the car moving, you're rubbing the tyres onto the tarmac and you're causing uneven wear and tear. However, like everything else in life, we need to weigh things up and decide which is causing more harm and which is causing more benefit. For example, it is better to dry steer than to risk hitting the curb. Knowing when the steering wheel is straight is very important. Now, imagine you're in a driving test and you're asked to do the parallel park exercise. You've carried it out and you're generally happy with it. Apart from one thing, you're unsure whether the steering wheel is straight or not. Now, if the wheel is straight, you're fine. If the wheel is facing the left, when you move off, there's a possibility that you're going to hit the curb and risk failing the whole test. If the wheel is facing the right, then there's a possibility that the car is going to overshoot to the right. So it's important we understand how to straighten the wheel. Now, as I said, the steering wheel looks straight to me. I'm not going to go outside the car to check. I'm just going to turn a circle to the left. Now that also looks straight to me. And if I turn again, well, that looks straight as well. So which one is it? Well, it's quite an easy way of telling. When the wheel is straight, it should be in the center, and you should be able to turn equal amounts to both directions. Generally speaking, you should be able to turn at least a circle and a bit. So I'm going to turn to the left now to check if my steering wheel is straight. Well, I can't turn a circle, therefore it was not straight. So I know that's not straight, so that must be straight. So I've just turned 1.5 circles and the wheel is straight. To prove that, I'm going to turn 1.5 circles to the right. So that's 1 and that's a half. So that's 1, that's half. So 1.5 and it's in the center. 1 and a bit. So that's the wheel straight. Now, I understand that I've done a lot of dry steering. As I said, sometimes you need to weigh things up, not just for the driving test, but for driving afterwards as well. For example, if I've parked here and someone's blocked me in, someone's parked in front and someone's parked behind, what am I going to do? Am I going to dry steer and risk wearing my tyres out slightly, or am I going to take the risk of hitting the car in front? Also, in the driving test, when the examiner asks you to move off and you're not sure where the wheels are, again, not just in the driving test, even in real life, if you're not sure where the wheels are, you've got to make that decision. Is it worth hitting the curb, or is it worth dry steering? If you hit the curb you risk weakening the tyres, which can result in a blowout at high speed, which obviously can result in a serious accident. Dry steering, even though is not advisable, is not so serious, which is why in a driving test, if you dry steer, you will not fail the test. You will not even get a minor fault. It is just advisable. Well, I hope you found that information useful. If you did find it useful, then please give us a thumbs up and share the video with your friends. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.